Hello, my beautiful souls. So here I am, starting this thing that I said I'm gonna start it a couple of times ago. And now I finally feel ready to start talking only deep stuffs with you. Because I realized that if we are just on the surface, if we are not going deep, I'm not giving you anything good. I just inspire you, but on the other hand, what is deep within you, it's still waiting for you to explore it. So that's why I decided to start this Let's Talk Deep channel, which is going to be Facebook Live 3 times per week. And if you are going to tune in to, the video number 5 or 10, you might not get everything or might not understand everything, because there will be a sequence of videos happening. So basically, if you want to tune into those topics, if you want to dig deeper into it, just start from the beginning, start from video 1, and then we'll see what it brings. The reason why I'm doing this is because there is a lot of awakening currently happening around the world, and there is a lot of people that are going through their own spiritual awakening. And I remember when I went through spiritual awakening, I didn't like it. And this is kind of a rule for a soul to wake up, for you to wake up. You don't like it. It's not how you want it to have, it's not how you want it to be. It's everything starts looking as a mess. So if you're currently in your life in a big chaos and you don't know what is actually happening, but you just feel deep within that there are some changes coming and that you are ready to go the next level, then this is what is happening with you. You're about to go to the next level, but this next level, it's so much deeper than what you ever thought about before. The funny thing is that I never really approach spirituality or let's just say soul level stuff, but I think it's not a choice for us to go there or not. It's not a religion. It's not someone telling you how should you behave, which things you should perform, or why you should meditate, or what you should find out by yourself. But it's actually you going on a journey to come closer to your soul. So this is the journey that each person has by themselves. It's a journey that is yours. It's totally and 100% yours. But it helps a lot if you have someone around you that is talking about those stuff, because we are all going through the same experience. And this is the thing that I want to introduce to you. What you are currently experiencing, emotions that you are experiencing, anything within you that feels like something is wrong, something is changing, something has to change, those are emotions that are equal to every human being in this planet. We are a part of something much larger than us just being here in a human body. And the sooner you start approaching it this way, the sooner you will see it this way, the easier it will be for you. Why? Because everything in the end, it will lead you to those information, to those ultimate truth. How I know this? If you look back in past, if you look back, let's just say if you look back into the religion, whoever was, let's say Jesus or Buddha or whoever came to a spiritual awakening, they came to the same conclusions. Everything that they were saying, everything that they were performing was the same. Why? Because we have to look at our body as a tool from which we are gathering the signals, the information, something is tuning to us. Like a body itself is a vessel. It's like a, let's just say, for example, let's just say that you have like a TV, and a TV is like a physical thing that you can touch, but what comes into the TV, like the signals that you are, the movie that is performed there or anything from there, it's not physically there, it's just projected, it's vibration, they're coming there. And it's the same with you. Your body is like a TV. It's like, it's an object that you can hold, that you can touch and you can feel. However, what came into this body is an energy. It's a pure energy that came to your body and is now living in this body, and it's at the same time everywhere else. That's why they say we are all one. That's why they say we are all part of the same thing. That's why they say that we are all in the same journey, because actually, even though you are present here, your soul is present here in this human body, you are at the same time everywhere else. I know this is something that is maybe a bit too much for the beginning, but I just want you to start thinking about yourself as a, let's say, a spiritual being in a human body, because you are a part of something greater, and before you start realizing it, it's harder to live. It's harder to live if you don't project yourself as a spiritual being, if you don't see yourself as a soul. So how can you listen to the soul? How can you change your way of thinking? How can you awaken your soul or awaken yourself? Actually, the situations in your life will guide you there. There is nothing for you that you need to do. Everything in your life is happening for you to come closer to the truth. And the funny thing about truth is that we actually don't need to learn it. We just have to remember it. So, as a soul enter a body when we were born, basically this soul came with some information. It came with being like running this body. And if you look at the child, a child is always authentic. A child is so pure, it's so lovable, it's an incredible human being. I mean, we are all incredible human beings, but when it comes to a child, you can really feel, sense and see this authenticity, and this is what is so beautiful in them. But when our brains start developing, so when we are aging, it's around year 6, 7, the child's brain got developed to the degree that they start thinking. They start thinking, and they start thinking in the same way as their parents, as the society, as their teachers, as everyone around them. So what this means is when they got conscious, like in this, when they got captured in their mind, they actually start taking care. I mean, they start feeling like they're judged. They start feeling like they are behaving wrong or right. They start living a life that is limited because of the brain working and brain telling them this is okay, this is not okay, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And we were all programmed when we came here pure, authentic. We came like pure souls, like no programs in, because brains were not working yet. And then we got programmed through society, and now we believe that certain things are good, certain things are not good. that certain things should happen to us, or this is how our life should be, and this is what success means, and this is what means that I'm good enough, and you were programmed to believe the certain things. But those beliefs are very, very limited, and they are not joyful. And this is the thing that I want you to know. If you are living from your head, there is no way you're living a happy life. You can say that your life is okay, but a life that is okay, or basically anything that we project in our life as being fine, we always have to compare it towards something. So if you say your life is okay, if you say to yourself your life is great, compared to what? Compared to how are like other people living, or basically compared to I don't know, how you used to live? But the real question is, how are you feeling? What are the emotions that you have within? Are you like truly happy? Are you happy no matter what's happening in your life? Because this is the real happiness. The real happiness for me is accepting emotions. It's not like I'm super euphoric and I'm just like happy all the time and smiling all the time. No, I accept emotions, and I know that in every single moment I am the one controlling them. And since I know that I'm the one controlling them, it means that whenever there is a situation happening and there is something wrong from the outside, or someone do something bad to me, it's my responsibility how I react on it. But before you come there, you have to first realize who you truly are. You have to first start listening to your soul. So how is the soul communicating with you? This is, I think, the most important question, because the soul is giving you direct feedback on how is it satisfied with your life. How is it satisfied with your way of thinking? And the soul communicates with you through your emotions. So whenever you feel happy, whenever you feel joyful, whenever you feel like just smiling and playing around, this is a state where your soul is telling you, yes, you're thinking the right things, you're doing the right things, you are making me happy, this is so cool, this is so fun. And the soul itself is happy with what you are thinking. On the other hand, when you think a negative thought, when something you give a negative meaning to something that is happening in your life, your soul is telling you, no, this is not how I see it. No, this is not the truth. No, you are talking wrong. You're thinking wrong. And this is the soul communicating with you. And why I'm explaining those things to you is because before the real soul awakening, you are experiencing usually a lot of suffering. Because we usually don't want to change until the suffering is so strong that we cannot go without it. I mean, we cannot go with it anymore. So we come to the stage where we need to change, where we need to do something about it in order for us to get rid of this pain. And this pain, the pain is blessing. A pain really is a blessing. Suffering is a blessing. And I sometimes say to people, especially if you are already like kind of aware of your soul and you already know how to take care of your emotions, or you believe or see things, you get to this awareness stage already, and you have people around you that are just still living the same life, still living the same routine, and still being in this programming mind. And usually when people start awakening, they have this huge desire to share the wisdom and knowledge with people, to share whatever they learn, whatever they feel deep within with a lot of people. And what happened in that stage is that people around you are just start like looking at you and saying you're weird, like something happened to you, what's wrong with you, like this is so weird what you're telling me, this is so weird how you're behaving, leave me alone. And the funny thing is that those of you who have similar experiences, I would give you one very, very good advice. I mean, for me it was a good advice as soon as I started listening to it. It's don't ruin someone else's rock bottom. Don't try to change someone. Don't try to help someone that is not even asking for help. Don't try to help someone that is not even willing or ready to receive help yet. Wait until their suffering is strong enough so that they start asking for help. Because this is a moment when they will really, really start listening. And with all the people that are super into spirituality or super into this weird stuff, they will all say the same to you. They will say to you, oh, this is, I used to look at those people talking those things and I was like, those people are so weird, those people went crazy, those people, they're so there's something strange about them. And the funny thing is, I was the same. I was 100% the same. Like, even okay, I had my spiritual awakening back in Toronto 2016. How it was happening, it was basically, it was a lot of suffering for me. And I came to the point where I saw that I have nothing else to lose. I had nothing else to do that would make me feel good than pray. So I was in Toronto by myself, and there was so much suffering within me. Everything, I mean, even though on the outside it looks like okay, my life looked okay, but within me I was suffering so much and I didn't know what's going on. And at one point, because I couldn't handle it anymore, I was crying and I just asked for help. I start praying and I asked God for help. And I was like, I actually demanded things to happen. I was like, okay, I'm suffering so much, there's no way I can go with this pain within me for even few more days because I think I'm gonna die. And then what I demand 3 things to happen in my life. And those 3 things were something that is usually not happening from today to tomorrow, but at that point, all 3 things happened within the next 3 days. Everything happened to me exactly as I wanted. And at that point I was like, oh my God, there is someone guiding me. There is someone that is there for me. There is someone that wants me to start listening. So at that point I was just like, I had so much faith. I had so much clarity in what I want to do or what I have to do, but I was procrastinating it because it was hard. Because it's hard to quit relationships. It's hard to quit the job. It's hard to do significant changes in your life. But sometimes you feel deep within that this is exactly what you need to do. So for all of you that are currently experiencing anything similar, like deep suffering, deep emotional pain, it's because your soul is asking you to awake. Your soul is asking you to start doing something towards your happiness. And the funny thing about happiness is that you have no clue how you're gonna get there. And the reason behind it is happiness is this particular moment. Happiness is nowhere else. Happiness is here. So the only true way to come there is to listen to your inner system every single second of a day. Because this single second is all you have. And if you are suffering, it's because you're still living in a fear of what will happen if you do what you were procrastinating to do. What will happen if you just go where you feel like you should go? And the problem with it is that you're gonna suffer until you do it. That's the thing. We all had to go through it. We all had to think about, oh my God, what will people say when I do this? How will I explain to people? How will I make people understand? But there is no point of making anyone understand anything that you are experiencing, because it's not about them. It's not about what they are doing. It's not about what they are wanting. It's about you. It's about who you are. It's about what do you want to do, what is making you happy, what is making you joyful, what is making you feel alive. And that's the journey we are going through. The journey of awakening is actually a journey of being asleep and then waking up. Because the funny thing is, the more our brains are on, the more we are in our head thinking about things that can go wrong, the more we are sleeping and not really seeing what's happening around us. And this is actually something that I saw. Sorry, I had a call. Yeah, it's time for me to go. I'm going on a sound therapy right now. This is something that's gonna connect me even closer to my soul. I'm having a lot of these rituals I usually don't talk about, but now it's time for me to talk about all my crazy rituals, because it's time for us to actually start living the life that we came here to live. So yes, I'm gonna go right now, and we're gonna talk again tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have some people joining me as well. I'm gonna have different topics covering in the future. I'm gonna have different people joining me in the future. So this is going to be very, very interesting. And whatever came out at this live videos is exactly what you needed to hear today. So thank you for tuning in, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.